This is my iteration of OpenHaldex. It's an all-wheel drive controller for Volkswagen and transverse Audi cars. It lets you quickly select your front and rear bias for your Haldex module. So you can see here I have it in lock mode, which is locked all the time. Right now I've got it set to 50-50, so the front and rear bias is at the most that the Haldex can put out. I can move this slider here and select whatever bias I want. Everything is done in real time, so as soon as I let go of the slider, it's in 80-20, and now it's 70-30. Now it's a GTI, and now it's locked 50-50. You can turn it off, and that'll basically just put the car back to stock. You can control it with RPM. You can control it by speed. You can control it by throttle. And the best one is you can map tune it. So you pop out the sidebar here. You can see we've got all kinds of settings. You can go to our speed settings and adjust how we want everything. Everything smoothly goes between ranges here, so it doesn't just go 50, 45, 35. It smoothly decreases or increases. I've got a bunch of settings for each mode. Basically, these are mostly for comfort. Parking lot. It's got a release ramp right down here. This will kind of ease the pressure off of the all-wheel drive instead of just dumping it all at once, so you don't feel it. Like when you're driving at speed down the highway or anything, it just smoothly disengages. It doesn't do that all the time, because when you're driving aggressively, you probably don't want that on. Disable lock above speed. There's really no need for all-wheel drive at highway cruising speeds. It's just decreasing efficiency, making the vehicle less predictable, so you can set that up. The minimum speed before lock, like I said, that's good for parking lots. This broadcast Haldex status to the chassis. This will basically cut the Haldex module off from the rest of the car, so the rest of the car can't see the all-wheel drive module. Now, you want to do that if you're driving aggressively, so that you're not sending all kinds of funky signals back to the ABS module in the engine, tripping up other systems while you're driving. So that's another one that if you're driving aggressively, it's better to turn that off. And then when you're just cruising around, you can leave it on, and that way it won't set any lights, as long as you're not just getting wild. Enable controller output. That just cuts off the chatter to the Haldex. Not really sure why you'd want to do that, but you can do that. There's all those mode settings for all these different modes. here in the map mode, we got quite a bit more settings. So this is the map that my vehicle's using right now. You could switch it to a different map. These are just the preloaded maps that I put in here. See the front wheel drive one, which is all zeros. Got a higher one here. And one really cool thing that you could do, you can edit each cell individually if you want to. You know, you can fine tune. But it's got this column shaping here to make it a whole lot easier. So you just tap on the top of a column, and you can see that that just increases, decreases. So you can just quickly make a map and start fine-tuning it yourself. Personally, my favorite one is this aggressive one here. It's usually what I stick to. You can see it's got all the same mode behavior settings. You can change the bins of the map here, the different axes. So if you want to personalize the maps further, let's see, what else can we do? We got boring stuff like diagnostics. Just, you can see what's going on. Make sure everything's operating. If something goes wrong, it's got a lot of logging capabilities. If something crashes or anything, you can turn on all kinds of logging, and it'll just dump all this to a text file, and it'll save it, so the next time that you boot it up, you can just read through the text files and see what happened. Down here at the setup, this page is really cool. First, we got our dashboard signals. We got 8 of these. These are the little dashboard signals on the home screen, so you can monitor pretty much any active CAN signal that's on the car. This works with a PQ platform, and it decodes PQ platform signals. So when we first set up the vehicle, when you first open it up and hook it up to your car, these will be empty, but you just click on one to highlight. If it's hard to read, it's got a bright mode there, that might help. But yeah, you just click on one of these to highlight, click this drop down, and you can see this is all of the CAN signals on the vehicle, and you can apply that signal to these 3 inputs, and these are what run the maps. So when you first hook it up, you just configure these 3 signals, you're done. I just made this modular so that it would support more vehicles. When I first hooked up OpenHaldex, it didn't work for me because I had a Generation 2 R32, and it seemed to be set up for Generation 1, and it used the Generation 1 speed signal, so all I was using was my throttle. It wasn't even going off of my speed. And so I made this so that any CAN signal that's on the car, you can map it to the inputs here. And kind of a bug feature that I found here is since these control the map, And you can really control the map with any input. So yeah, I know this says speed, but if I map it to my, say, steering angle, then the steering angle becomes an axis on the map. And then if I map another one to, something other than throttle, I don't know, RPM, that changes the other axis on the map, and now my map is controlled by steering angle and RPM. So really the map is even modular. So that's a cool little bug feature that I found just messing around here. But anyways, yeah, sorry about that. You just go down here and select the generation of your Haldex. Save your settings. I didn't change these, did I? Okay, I didn't. And yeah, then it's set up. It's really, really simple. You just really just click on one of these and select click on speed, go up here, find the speed in this drop down, apply it, make sure that it's reading properly over here. You see I've got RPM selected down here, so just make sure that it's all reading properly. You see it's reading properly. Save your settings, boom, you're set up. And that's all there is to the software setup. It's really quick and easy. It's only a few steps. I just talk too much. It's got Wi-Fi. It can connect to your phone hotspot. You can set a password up for the controller. But yeah, you just connect to your Wi-Fi to the hotspot from the controller, and pull up this UI here, this interface, and this is the home screen. It's not all the way finished. It's completely functional as a controller, but all these there's just little nitpicky interface details. But yeah, right now my car is completely map controlled on the all-wheel drive, so I can sit on this home screen. This little indicator down here, that's actually the torque request, so you can see it going up, and that's how much rear wheel bias is being applied right now. Switch over to the maps. This is all as you're driving. You see it's got a little a live tracer there, so you can just sit there and watch the map. And yeah, that's the gist of how it works.